Hi everybody, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel, Hallmark Plus More, where we watch and talk about shows, movies, mysteries, Hallmark ornaments, and anything else that floats our boat. So hopefully you're just joining me back. We just watched Tracker Season 2, Episode 3. So we're just kind of going to talk about it. Hopefully you liked it. It was definitely interesting. It was about a missing high school pitcher, a senior, who had a scholarship for college baseball. So, in the world of sports, that is a very big deal when you're in high school to try to get a scholarship or a free ride or even a partial ride scholarship to a university. So, definitely when he found out he was missing, it was linked with his girlfriend. Glad, like I said, glad to find out that the athlete wasn't on drugs because I know we have seen that before with steroids and things like that. So it looks like his girlfriend had a drug problem, and she needed money to go to rehab. I guess she wanted to clean herself up. And she needed the $10,000. So he was selling his blood to get the $10,000. But he wasn't doing it at a regular, like, blood bank. He was doing it kind of in this, kind of sketchy place. I guess it was a company, something about taking athletic blood or people that are really athletic and strong and young. And using it to, maybe skin cream or something to make you young again. So definitely it turned out to be the donor who owned the company or was a president of the company, and he was the one who kidnapped him. In the end, I'm definitely glad, that everybody was alive and well. Even Ashley, she was stabbed. But she's going to make a recovery, and I really like the bond at the end with the son and the dad, because I feel like the dad felt like it was his fault. He kind of felt, okay, I said some nasty things about his girlfriend. I didn't think she was right for him. And then he's keeping the secret from his parents, right? Getting into this whole mess of selling his blood to come up with the $10,000 to help his girlfriend. Why didn't he tell his parents about it? Because his dad blew up at him about his girlfriend. So I think the dad was like, okay, you know what? I shouldn't have said those bad things, because he felt like he couldn't come to me, right? And I think as a parent, that's one of our biggest fears, is if our children need us, you want them to talk to us, right? We always, there's that fine line where you discipline your children for doing something wrong. If they do something wrong or break the law, there is consequences for that. But at the same time, you want them to be open and have that conversation with you. So I feel like the father, I felt bad for the dad, because he was like, look, I said those horrible things. That's why he didn't come to us. I put him in this situation. So I'm glad that in the end, Eric was found alive and he still got the scholarship. And he's still going to be able to move forward in his career. But yeah, he's going to the dad was realizing, okay, I was a little harsh on you. I was a little mean. You obviously really care about this girl, Ashley. I'm sorry for saying those bad things. You can kind of tell with that little bit of dialogue he had with Coulter at the end that they kind of patched that up. You know what I mean? You really have feelings for her, and I'm not going to step in the way of that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be so hard on you about your career, or about your college, and going and playing ball. So he still wants to play baseball, which I'm glad. He still has a future at the college, but that he still cares about this girl too. So I always like that at the end of the episode, if you can kind of have that parent-child conversation and kind of mend those fences, because parenting's hard, right? There's no manual on parenting. We all do the best we can. And there's no right or wrong. Anger happens, emotions happen, you know what I mean? So it's there. So I'm just glad they were able to patch it up. And I like that we found out the history of Billy. So I was thinking maybe it was a scam, because they said Eric's parents were involved. So yeah, apparently her mom was a con artist, and she scammed people for money. That's how she made her living. She was trying to support her two kids. I don't agree with what she did. I know when you have children, it is so hard to make money and feed the kids and get clothes, and it's a lot. It's kids are expensive. They're worth it, but they're expensive. But I guess Billy's mom conned people to make money to support her two kids. And in the end, she conned millions of dollars. You know, I know it would be hard in that town. I mean, that's hard. People are taking out on Billy. And it's not something Billy did, it's something her mom did. But, like she said, I didn't stop her. But you're also a child. I mean, are you supposed to, like, talk back to your parent? I mean, what's she going to do? Is she going to disown you? You're not going to have food and shelter? So, I mean, that's really difficult to do. I mean, I guess you could speak up to your mom, but in the end, she had no idea her mom was going to steal millions from the city hall, right? So that is difficult. That's people's livelihood. People didn't have pensions. People didn't have salaries. So, I mean, that's a terrible scam. We don't know what happened to her mom, though, right? Like, is she in prison? Did she, pass away? Is she still on the run? Is she still in some foreign country spending all the millions she took? So, they didn't really tell you what happened to her mom. But at least you know why, you know what I mean? Everybody in the town doesn't like her. And I can understand if I was in her situation, like, you want to do good. You want the town to know, hey, I'm not my mom. That's what she did. I'm a good person. So I can understand why Billy kind of wanted to go back and do something good for the town to show, like, hey, that was her. That's not me. Just because she's my mom doesn't mean I'm the same way. So I understand that feeling, and I kind of understand her feeling of wanting to leave. Like, hey, I tried, I'm out. You know what I mean? Like, it's not worth it. But I'm glad she stuck around. I mean, obviously, not by choice. She got into an accident they hit her and basically kidnapped her. But still, I'm glad she was able to at least be around to the end of the case. And as always, I always love happy endings. So you're always going to see me happy when, they survive. Or they get together, and I am a sucker for, parents and children, relationships. I love when that comes to play, and that pans out to where, you know what I mean, you can mend any kind of relationship like that, because parenting is hard, especially teenagers, kids in their 20s. It's difficult, right? And it doesn't matter how old your kids are. You could have kids, grandkids, great grandkids, and it's still hard, right? Because they're still your kids. And you still want, even when they feel like they should be mothering you, you still have that motherly instinct, right? So I hope you enjoyed watching with me. I hope you enjoyed discussing the show with me. I appreciate you so much. And until next week, see you next time. Bye.